festive I'm feeling right now. I got my stockings, and I got my tree, and I got pretend presents, and I got my sweatshirt. Feeling good. So today we're talking about 3 things that you should get rid of for the new year, for the rest of your life. I don't care what year this is for you. I don't care if it's May. I don't care if it's September. This is something these are things that you should stop eating from now and forever and for always and for the rest of your life. And it's gonna be awesome. So, let's do this. I want to address, before we get into this, actually, to the nitty-gritty of all this, when you listen to this, you're going to be upset and you're going to be like, I can't do that in my life. It's not realistic. And the minute you say that to yourself, you're not going to be able to do it because you just told yourself that. So there's a huge part of diet that's missing from health and fitness and from lifestyle, and that is your mentality. We talk about the meals, we talk about the movement, but we never talk about the mentality in your head, and it all starts here. This is where the magic happens. So while you're watching this, be gentle with yourself, be kind with yourself, remind yourself that you can make any changes in your life that you truly are ready and want to do that. And if you're not ready, you're not ready. The first thing that you need to get rid of, hands down, is wheat. 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 We need to get rid of that shit. It is so freaking bad for you. Let me read some of the symptoms to you of what wheat is. It gives you celiac disease, which is explosive diarrhea, essentially. It's very painful. IBS. It's irritable bowel syndrome. It means your bowels are constantly irritated. They are inflamed. You are crippled on the couch. You can't move. You can't walk around. Ulcerative colitis means you have ulcers that are inflamed on your colon. So these are all like digestive issues, right? All right, let's move on. How about leaky gut? How about heart disease? How about obesity? I don't know. Have you seen anybody obese lately in America at all? I don't know. Diabetes? Know anybody diabetic? ADHD? Autism? Autism really is related to food. I worked in the industry for 10 years. It's related to food, people. Depression, also related to food. Infertility. How many people do you know are having trouble having kids right now? I mean, really. Cancer. Know anybody with cancer at all? Anyways. Chronic fatigue. Who's tired? Who's tired? Who's tired? Anybody? Anybody heard anybody else say that they're tired? Low libido. Nobody talks about that, but we know that happens. Constant cravings. Who's hungry all the time? Who cannot stick to a diet to save their life? Me? Anybody? Dude, I'm a sucker for brownies, y'all. Okay, that's just wheat. So, this was, where am I going to go with this? I have no idea how to make this a short fucking video. All right, thing or item number dos. Number dos. Hello, Cleo. 2, we are going to get rid of sugar. Now, some of you are like, I already know sugar's bad. I use Sweet and Low, or I use aspartame, or I use whatever. You have to get rid of sugar and any sugar-like substances because it's not just sugar that's bad for you. So if it's raw sugar, it's still bad for you. Hello, dear. So I'm going to link the video because I go much more into depth and you really need to watch it. It's really going to change your life. But I did want to address that sugar has recently been related to cancer cells. So if you are having things that are sugar-like in your diet, they are literally feeding cancer cells. Sugar has been related to fibromyalgia and pain. Sugar has been related to inflammation in your joints and discomfort. Sugar, of course, is related to being obese. It's related to heart disease. It's related to cancer. There are so many reasons not to have that, but even if that's not motivating enough for you, it's related to anxiety attacks, depression, and overall unhappiness, cravings, like you just want to eat everything all the freaking time. And of course, if you have children, sugar is just going to give them a rush. I really don't believe very many children at all have ADHD. I really think it's a sugar problem. Fruit is still high in sugars. You should only be eating fruit in the summers, in my personal opinion. The sun will help you process the insulin spiking nature of fruits. And that way, it will kind of mitigate the fact that you had sugar, which is why I think you should only eat in the summertime. Okay, the third thing that we're going to get rid of is, I'm going to call it the carcinogen category, or cancerous causing items. Now, this is where it gets kind of weird. We're going to start with PUFAs, P-U-F-A-S, polyunsaturated fatty acids. Canola oil, rapeseed oil, corn oil, soybean oil, vegetable oil, walnut oil, cottonseed oil, sesame oil, peanut oil, margarine, flaxseed oil. Okay? The big ones are going to be canola oil, soybean oil, and probably like corn oil. It really varies. And of course, you want to avoid GMOs, pesticides, so you want to go organic as often as possible. And here's why I'm going to say this. The polyunsaturated fatty acids have been linked so many different things, pretty much every health issue you could possibly think of. Your gut health, cancer, your weight, your heart disease, everything that's bad has some kind of link to this. Like there's There is nobody on the planet that should be eating polyunsaturated fatty acids. I know that was a lot that I just listed, and I understand that can be confusing. So I'm gonna link everything below in a printout that you can put on your fridge. And this is one of the big things, you're gonna have to read labels. They have been linked to so many things, and the more research that comes out, the scarier it gets. Glyphosate, also known as Roundup, is everywhere in the world at this point, and it is used commercially. It is, I believe, created by Monsanto. I think other companies being like farmers and stuff use it, and it is killing everything. It's killing the stuff in the soil, it's killing your gut health, and the most recent thing is that it's been linked to autism, and that 1 in 2 kids with autism will have, 1 in 2 children will have autism by 2025, is the most recent article that I read that came out, and that's really terrifying. So GMO foods and pesticides, which means go organic. I know that's expensive. I would personally cut where you can. Don't go out to dinner with your friends. Don't go out to the movies as often. Whatever it is that you can cut so that you can afford organic foods, it is really bad for you. So I would strongly recommend that you avoid that. So I told you guys that reading this, you're going to have a bunch of negative thoughts, and I keep talking about mentality, right? So we're going to give you a little glimpse into what my diet program is like. So I want you to pay attention to what your thoughts said. I don't have time. I don't have enough money. I don't know how to cook. My kids won't eat that. Whatever it is in your head that said, I can't do that thing, I want you to write it in the comments below. And you can write within there a reason why that's not true. Something as a positive affirmation. My kids will eat it once a week. My husband will be supportive because he loves steak. You know, I can cut out my Starbucks coffee so that I can afford organic foods. Something along those lines. And if you can't do it for yourself, I encourage you to comment on somebody else and point out a way that they can do it to encourage other people. Because sometimes in our own head, it's just so hard. So if you have a team on your side helping you out, it makes all the difference in the world. So I will start out with my own comment on what is my hardest one, and I would love it if you guys would comment back with the positive affirmations that I could tell myself. Let's do this. Numero dos. Numero 2. I've got this like pen thing. Yes. You're always the hardest. Like so official with my pen right now. Like, so official. Can't focus.